guys. So, Magic by Chris here. We're going to call this Magic Monday. I was going to talk for a little bit, but instead I'm going to get right into the trick. You can hear me talk later if you're still watching. So this is something I've incorporated into my show now. This is a bit of a storytelling trick. So, I'll just start. So once upon a time, there was a queen. Her name was Queen Cleopatra, and you've probably heard of her before. Well, she lived with the king, and they were very, very much in love. Now, something had been bothering the king for a while, and he approached the queen and said, "Honey, I have to go away for a while." And, that was going to be very hard on both of them. So what the king did was he thought, I'm going to surprise my queen with the most beautiful gifts before I leave. So the king went out and he got her some things. Now, the next day was when he was leaving, so he approached the queen and said, "I have some things to present to you." Well, she was very excited. First off, the king, he had this beautiful bag. This bag was made out of red suede and covered in gold. The most beautiful bag she had ever seen. But that wasn't it. That was just to hold the things that he got her. So the first thing he got her was a brand new scarf. A nice red scarf that she could wear. Actually, she'd wear that around her neck, just like this. And the next thing was what the queen would cherish the most. The next thing was this beautiful pearl necklace. Now, my head's a little big, so I'm not going to wear this, but the queen, she wore this every day. She absolutely loved it. So the king left. And the queen, she carried on with her days. She'd wear this necklace every day. Every morning she would take it off of this display stand. The king also got her this. So she could put this on at night, and there would be no chance she would break the necklace in her sleep. So every morning she would take it off of the display stand, and she'd wear it out because she loved it. She loved showing it off, and she loved people seeing it. So anyway, at night, she'd come home, she'd place the necklace back on the case. Well, the next day she was out and she was wearing the necklace, and she noticed when she was in the village, talking with some of the villagers, that there were some men in the shadows staring at her, and they were rough-looking guys. They looked like they were up to no good, and so she called the guards over and had the guards take note of what was going on and said, can you please get me back to the palace? So the guards, they took her back to the palace where she was safe. Well, that night, just before she were to go to bed, one of the guards ran into her room and said, "Hey, Cleopatra, I do not mean to worry you, but there have been some thieves going around town. They've been going into people's houses and they've been stealing their belongings, anything valuable, especially jewelry and clothing." Well, this worried the queen. So that night before bed, she took off the necklace. But instead of putting it on the display case, like she normally did, she remembered the bag. Now the bag, I just want to show you right now, the bag is empty. Okay, there's a little zipper here so I can show you 100% that it's empty. So she remembered the bag. And she thought, I'm going to sleep with the bag tonight. Instead of putting it on that display case, I'm going to put it in this bag and I'm going to sleep with the bag. I'm going to leave that there. But she thought, she looked over at the display case and thought, well, that doesn't look very good. A display stand with no necklace. Surely if the thieves come, they're going to know there was something there. So what did she do? She took off her scarf. And what she did was she just covered that display case, just like that. That way, the thieves might not see the case, might not think anything of it. And with that, she went to sleep. So, that night, as she was sleeping, sure enough, those thieves came into the palace. They broke in. They snuck past all the queen's guards up to her bedroom. Well, they opened the door. They came in. They walked right past the display stand. So that was good, but it just wasn't enough. They had seen the necklace earlier that day, and they knew what they were looking for. They looked over at the sleeping queen. They seen a bag. They thought, surely the necklace isn't there. So they tiptoed over to the bed, carefully took the bag from the queen, reached inside and pulled out the necklace, and then put the bag back where the queen had it. And they snuck out and left the palace. Well, the next morning, the queen woke up. First thing she did was she looked over at the display stand. Oh, good, she thought. She noticed the scarf was still there, that it hadn't been touched or disturbed, so she knew that they hadn't noticed the display stand. The next thing she did was go and take out her necklace. When she reached into the bag, there was no necklace there. The bag was completely empty. And the queen was worried. She was scared. She thought, oh no, my necklace, it's gone forever. She was so sad. What would the king think? And you know, she missed it already. Now, every story has a happy ending. Luckily for the queen, the king was a smart man. And before he had that necklace given to her, he took it to the wizard, and he had that necklace enchanted. Now, that necklace, the spell that was placed on it, if the necklace were to ever fall into the wrong hands, anybody but the queen, well, just like magic, the necklace would always find its way back where it belongs, with the queen. The end. So that was actually I'm just going to put this down. That was one of the newest tricks that I decided to incorporate into my show. I haven't been able to put a lot on my Facebook page because there's a lot of my show has to do with audience participation and child interaction, and when I'm at home I can't film that stuff, so I thought I'd put this up for something for you guys to see. And yeah, please share the video, please share my page, like it, and recommend me if you feel like I could be of use at any kind of function, event, Halloween party, Christmas party, business party, Christmas, birthday party. I don't know, I probably said them all twice now, but anyway, yeah, thanks, hope you liked it.